Hey there, this is Tori with JT Industrial Designs. We wanted to go over how to build a 5-piece bookcase, just our standard bookcase design. We're going to go over the parts list and how to assemble it, and then how to level it, any troubleshooting that you might need to do. Alright, so starting off with the parts list for our standard 5-shelf bookcase design, we have the foot, which is a flange on the bottom. I'll take it off really quick. A flange. You have a 4-inch pipe. This is a coupling, and then a 2-inch pipe. So we're going to reassemble that. So these are the feet or the legs. This is the side rail. You'll have 16 side rails in a 5-piece. You have a coupling, 10-inch pipe, a coupling, and a 2-inch pipe. You have 4 caps down here on the bottom and 5 shelves. So we've got our board here, and I just wanted to show real quick setting it on your feet or the legs. You want to align it through the holes so it's resting on the coupling. You've got your flange on the ground, 4-inch coupling, and your 2-inch pipe is coming through. I think that's how it's written in the instructions, is your 2-inch pipe coming through the pre-drilled holes. So something to look for when you're at this first step is you really only need a couple threads on the 2-inch coming through the hole, just a little bit taller than the board. So you can take your fingers and just pinch and turn it left or counterclockwise to loosen it. We'll do that on the back here. Loosen it and bring it taller. Okay, so on this side, we have a couple things going on. Is that your board has a little gap between the coupling and the board. So your board feels wobbly. So what you would do in this situation is hold on to the flange. We don't want the flange to spin necessarily, but you can loosen the 4-inch pipe by spinning it counterclockwise. And what that's going to do is lengthen the 4-inch pipe and the coupling up higher, closer to the board. You can also take and pinch the coupling itself and hold on to the 4-inch pipe and loosen that to bring that taller, closer to the board. So then you want to make sure you have enough threads coming out from the 2-inch pipe on these sides as well. And that has given stability to your shelf. Alright, so we've got our first shelf on, all of our legs or our feet are adjusted. I'm going to put on the side rails now, and set these down. I'm going to take my other hand and hold on to the coupling on this back leg and screw on or thread the coupling to the 2-inch pipe coming through these holes. Alright, so here's the front view. I'm just taking this side rail. You've got your 2-inch pipe is going to come through the top, and thread it on by screwing it or twisting it, turning it to connect, and turn it clockwise. So turn it right to tighten it. And we're gonna just do it hand tight for right now. We're not gonna tighten it down so much because we want a little bit of play on these side rails for the next shelf. And by play, I just mean loose enough so that we can adjust it for the next shelf and lining up the holes. So I'm just setting the board on, and earlier I had said about having play between your side rails. That's so that you can gently push them to go through the pipes or to go through the holes in the board. So there's your second board laid on the bookcase, and we want to test at this level, this next shelf. We want to test by gently pushing on the corners to see if there's any gaps or space that we need to adjust. So I just wanted to show again an example of a 2-inch pipe with not a lot of threads coming through the hole. This one in the back is perfect. That's just enough threads. Up front, we need to bring it a little taller. So hold on to the coupling underneath of the board and pinch around the rim. Be careful in case of any sharp threads. You want to watch out for those, and twist it counterclockwise to bring it up higher. If it's really tight and just not loosening with your fingers, you can take your board off, completely off, and loosen it again with, grabbing it a little bit lower on the 2-inch. Or you can use channel locks or pliers to grab on there and twist it up a little higher. All right, so final step on a 5-tier, we're putting on the caps, and you want the caps nice and snug, just like that. And now we're gonna go back through and adjust the bookcase to bring it level and straight. Okay, so this shelf, we've got it, the whole unit built. So now using our level, which is optional, but it's a good tool to see how off or how much adjusting you need to do on your shelves in which direction. So our level is indicating that this end is higher. So we want to bring this end of the shelf or the bookcase unit up and this one lower. So we just want to get it and have it meet in the middle. So we're going to adjust this side rail, and this is where you may need a pipe wrench or even just channel locks to get a good grip on it. So I'm holding onto the top coupling and holding onto the 10-inch, and I'm turning this to the right, or I'm turning it clockwise. So that is tightening it onto the pipe, but it's lowering this end of the shelf. So we're making that adjustment there so that your distance now between the couplings is a little bit shorter. So we'll leave that like that. We'll come on this other side, and we want to bring this side rail up taller. So to do that, we're going to do the opposite. On the other side, we're going to turn this counterclockwise to the left. And what that's doing is it's loosening it from this coupling, and it's bringing it up taller. But you don't want to do too much because you don't want it to come undone, especially while your bookcase is already assembled. And as long as you've got your coupling underneath and your coupling on top nice tight together, no gaps, your bookcase is still stable. So we've adjusted the pipe, and now we're going to do the coupling up top. We're going to hold the coupling and just twist it a little bit to the left. And you may need to come up to the shelf above. To the shelf above, we're going to turn it to the left like we're taking it apart, and turn that coupling, hold on to your side rail on the bottom, turn your coupling and loosen it. So we've got a little bit of a gap, probably hard to see there, but we can then take our coupling underneath and keep turning to the left to loosen it. And what that did was it elongated the 10-inch pipe here only by a couple threads. Few threads makes a big difference. And our gap up top is gone. So then with our level, that's a little bit better. So we could sit here, bring that back, turn it, tighten everything up. And as long as your couplings here and here are nice tight together, your bookcase is stable. So don't mind if your 10-inch side rail in the middle here is a little loose. It won't fall over. All right, and that kind of leveled it out a little bit, and then we'll move on to the next shelf.